Guys, this is one of the hardest, most difficult hair that I ever had to braid. And the hair texture, tough. It tough bad. Guys, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Tash, aka Speechless, also known as Miss Grippy. So I didn't get to record the full video tutorial on this one, obviously because of professionalism. I have to be professional at work. Not all my clients feel comfortable with me recording. But anyways, because I'm voicing over as I'm going along, let me just jump in and just tell you guys what I'm doing. So I'm securing the braid at the start. So once I get a grip on that, I can start feed in more braids. So because of the client's hair texture and the length, I wasn't able to start feeding in the braids. I wasn't able to start braiding with his natural hair and then feed in. So I had to make a knot at the front, but it's not a very big knot. It still does look quite natural. So I asked him to hold with his fingers to make sure that I don't pull on the hairline too much, because the hair length is so short. I'm gonna have to put in some extra grip. I'm actually putting in extra grip. Yes, to make sure that this stays firm, to make sure that the braid stays firm onto the hair, because obviously I want it to last him some time, because the longer he leaves the braid in, the longer the braid stays onto the scalp, is the more hair growth it stimulates. So usually a hairstyle like this will last up to a month, so about a month it usually lasts on my clients. It all depends on their maintenance. And the maintenance for this is not very hard. It's just covering your hair every night that you go to sleep. Just really try to remember not to sleep without a do-rag, a proper hair cover. Avoid getting your hair wet inside the shower. Also, when you're in the gym and you're sweating a lot, you want to make sure that your hair is tied down. So tying down your hair with the do-rag while you're working out in the gym, that will help to absorb the sweating, the moisture, which will prevent the hair from lifting up and frizzing out. Also, another important point that I wanted to make, because somebody asked me this, and it's basically after you finish workout, all that sweating and everything, don't take off the do-rag straight away. Make sure that the sweat dries before removing the do-rag, because removing the do-rag too soon as well while you're sweating, it's gonna result in the hair like slipping, lifting up, frizzing. So you want to keep that do-rag on until the sweat dry before removing your hair protection. So I sell my own brand do-rag, which I made specifically to protect your braids, because you can't just cover your hair with any and anything, because your hair needs oxygen. So you have to make sure that the do-rags that you're using are breathable, that they are made of breathable material, such as silk, satin, and mesh. So my do-rags braid protectors are a combination of silk, satin, and mesh. They're very see-through, breathable. The straps are very long, so you can tie that like 2 times around your head to secure it. So please go and check out my do-rags on my website, mygripgame.co.uk. You can also get the braiding hair to purchase from my website. So this is also my very own Afro straight ear extensions, and the texture of this hair matches the 4C ear texture. So the grip on it is very firm. So if you're not very good with gripping short ear, I would definitely recommend my Afro Straight here. So please go and check that out. That's what I use on all of my clients. When I'm doing cornrow style, I also have a Afro kinky ear texture that I use also, ear extensions that I use also for twisting in the kinky twist on the short ear. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you see a lot of Afro kinky twists. I also have a tutorial on how to install those as well on this YouTube channel. So just take a skip through my videos and check out my tutorials on how to twist in Afro kinky hair, because it looks very, very, very natural. So anyways, let me talk to you guys more about what I'm doing here. As you can see, there's not much hair on the hairline. So most of the hair is gone inside of the front of his head. So this was quite difficult for me, actually. And it's not because, you know, I haven't done worse than this. I've done worse than this, but his hair texture is not even 4C. His hair texture is a 4D. I'm sure you don't even see that on the chart. Him here tough. In Jamaica, we call it tough, it rough. So trust me, it was hard. When the hair texture is this tough, it's hard. But one thing I can say is that the client did not feel any tension. He did not feel any pain. This is the second time I'm doing his hair. The first time I did it, it was a lot worse. So the hair has grown a bit since I last did it a couple months ago. So it's the second time it's coming back to me, and I found that there's a lot more hair. So the first time I did it was much shorter than this and balder at the front. And he said to me in his appointment that he did not feel any kind of tension, any kind of pain. He said the only pain that he felt was when I was actually gripping it. But once I was done, he didn't feel anything. And for those of you who have questions such as, you know, is this going to make the hair loss worse? No, it don't make the hair loss any worse. The reviews are there on my Instagram page. It's also on my website. So please go and check out all my clients' reviews. Just see how their hair was when they first came to me and how braiding helps to stimulate. Well, me gripping, you know, me grip game up, right? So when my grip, I don't know about anybody else grip, but you see my grip, when I grip it, it's really stimulate growth. So the hair journeys are documented on my Instagram page. So please go check out my grip game on Instagram to see all those before and after photographs. So good. So far, so good. So far, so good. It's looking good. There isn't much that I can do more in closing the gap. If I had more hair at the front, I would be able to make more rows to close in the gap. So another thing is that my client has what you call a widow's peak hairline. So because of the shape of his hairline, I don't really have a lot of hair at the front part there. So the front of the hairline at the top there, it comes out, as you can see, and then the hairline to the side, it goes all the way back. So that's what you call a widow's peak hairline. So there isn't much rows that I could fit in at the top. So if I had a bit more hair at the front, I would be able to make some more rows, and maybe the cornrows will look a bit more closer and closing the gap. So this is the best that I can do. This is the best that can be done, because as you guys can see, when I was trying to grip the little hair them at the front, there wasn't really much there to grip. You know, but I did my best. The client is happy. This is his second time, and I asked him to allow me to record it, and he did. So thank you very much for that. And yes, I think what I'm gonna do now is just spray a little bit of hair fiber on at the front there, just to make the gap at the front look a bit darker. And the gap is not that wide, you know, it's just the lightning over my camera that makes it looks wider than it actually is. But anyways, guys, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. So this is the final result right here, because I sprayed just a tiny bit of fiber at the front to make it look a little bit darker. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Big up on yourself. One love.